Well, good morning. Welcome back to Planet Doug. It is 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, and I'm heading off on my scooter to the city of Padang. I'll explain why in a second. Just stopping here to make sure I've got everything with me that I need. It's a bit of a complicated procedure packing up this morning. Unfortunately, I'm leaving rather late. I have a choice between the main road to the city of Padang, which takes about 2 hours, and it's a very busy, dangerous road, very stressful. And there's also another route, more scenic, but it's quite a bit longer, 3 to 4 hours long. I have to go to Padang to go to immigration to apply for a visa extension. So that's where I'm going. And I decided to, well, I kind of have to do it as a bit of a longer trip. The way immigration works, they need a receipt from your hotel. And based on my past experience, the hotel has to be in the city where the immigration office is located. So I couldn't give them an address in Bukit Tinggi and go to the Padang immigration office. So if I want to go to the Padang immigration office, I have to be staying in a hotel in Padang. And based on past experience, your residency at that hotel has to be for several days to cover the visa application period. So I figure I might as well turn this negative thing into a little bit of a positive and turn it into a trip to Padang. So I'm all packed up. I've got a little bag here on the scooter behind me. And I booked a hotel in Padang for 4 nights. I'll talk about that in a minute too. And then, yeah, while I'm busy waiting for them to process my visa application, I'll stay there for a few nights and then maybe do some exploring up and down the coast, or who knows what I'll end up doing. So I'm turning it into a little bit of a holiday. And at the beginning, I was really looking forward to it because the physical conditions in the village was sort of getting to me. It's a little bit of a rough living environment in terms of the weather. It's very cold and damp. Everything gets covered in mildew and mold, and there isn't a lot of eating options in the village itself, so feeding myself is always a bit of a struggle. But anyway, I was looking forward to being in a city for a while and staying in a more comfortable hotel. And yeah, the sun has disappeared already. Rain clouds are threatening, so yeah, I didn't want to take this road, the busy road, all the way to Padang. It's just going to be insane. I wanted to take the small countryside road, but if it's going to be raining all day, there's no point. But anyway, I have about 10 kilometers to make my decision. I'm on the main road right now, as you can probably see. Heavy traffic, tons of trucks. I don't want to be on this road all the way to Padang. Taking the small road, I'm running the risk of getting rained on, all because of disorganization. I'm leaving too late in the morning. Oh yeah, today's a market day here. That's why there's a bit of a traffic jam. I'm just not in the mood to get into the rhythm of passing all these trucks, so I'm just staying in traffic, going slowly. And I'm not that happy with the hotel that I chose. I was hoping for something offering a bit more comfort, but in the price range I wanted to stay in, I couldn't come up with that. So the room is quite small, more like a cubicle than a room, a little bit of a prison cell, you know, a monk cell, good for meditating, which I don't really mind, but it also has a shared bathroom, like the room doesn't have a private bath. And I can live with that. And all the reviews of this place said it's very homey and comfortable, that people are friendly, and it's somewhat close to the downtown area. So anyway, that's where I ended up. All right, weather. 2-hour trip on this highway or 3 hours through the countryside. What should I do? I just don't know. Maybe as I come down and lose altitude, the clouds will clear away. Yeah, let's go for the countryside, right? It's quite a bit longer. If I stay on this road, it's 86 kilometers to Padang. But on the roundabout road, I think it's 122. But it's supposed to come with some beautiful scenery. There's like a canyon, viewpoints, things like that along the way. Very windy road going through the mountains, heading through canyons and valleys. And you go by a lake. I forgot about that. There's another one of these giant crater lakes. I don't hear very much about it, so I don't think it's as dramatic or as beautiful or as well known as Toba or Maninjau. But I will be, if I go that way, I'll be riding alongside a lake. Yeah, I see a little bit of blue sky up there. Let's do it. Even if it takes 4 hours, I'll still get into Bukittinggi around 2 o'clock. That's fine. And if it rains, I get wet. I'm sort of prepared for the rain in terms of waterproofing my bags. I'm getting close to my decision point, maybe another 2 kilometers. I have to decide which way to go. Maybe that would decide it for me. There's that car passing. And just for half a second, he seemed to be coming straight for me.
Yeah.
Here it is, the decision point. Well, country road. If I wanted the main road, I should have gone that way, I think. Turning left here. Solok is where I'm going. I'm heading towards a town called Solok first, and then I turn right there. I think Solok is on the other side of the lake. I've arrived at the lake. Lake Singkarak, it's called. And I don't know anything about its geological history right now, but I assume it's the same basically as Lake Maninjau. You know, the volcano erupted 50,000 plus years ago. It's very different from Maninjau though. Maninjau was very dramatic. The crater walls were very steep and started right at the edge of the water practically. This one has more of a smooth hill on all the sides. So it's much more gradual slopes going down to the water. Like if you didn't know, you know, that it used to be a volcano, you probably wouldn't recognize it from how the lake looks. And I think up ahead, the road is going to go alongside the edge of the water for a while. Like right now, you can't see it anymore. Yeah, the road is down at the edge of the lake right now. A lot easier getting here than on Maninjau. You know, Maninjau had the road of the 44 curves going steeply downhill. But here, the main road is right at the same height. Same height as the lake, so you can see it right here as you drive past. And yeah, there it is, the lake. Quite large. I don't know if it's developed for tourism. Unlikely, but there's probably a few guest houses around the edges. Yeah, well, I have to say the decision to go this way so far is working out beautifully. Wonderful scenery. The sun has come out. Not much traffic on the road. So it's a much more pleasant route to follow than the main road into Padang. Yeah, this road to Solok follows the shore of the lake, the entire length of the lake. This looks like the center of tourism for this lake. A lot of restaurants and shops here. And the roads are decorated with flags going over top of them. Yeah, this seems to be the more scenic part of the lake. I'm starting to see some guest houses. A lot more restaurants. So it does have a certain amount of tourism. Still riding alongside the lake. Beautiful ride. A lot longer than I expected. I thought the lake would just zip right by, but whatever my impressions of it were from looking at Google Maps, it's taking a lot longer to ride its entire length than I expected. It's a big lake. Well, I don't have a whole lot to report, except I've gone past the lake and I'm in the middle of the town of Solok. I think it's called Solok. Quite a long town. I feel like I've been going through it for a very long time. Stretched out along the highways in both directions, entering and exiting. And I've just been seeing some road signs saying that it's 56 kilometers to Padang. Well, the scenery is starting to change. We climbed up a fair amount of altitude. The air got a lot colder. The road has been really rough, especially I'm trying to keep to the left side to let people pass me because I'm going relatively slowly. And right along the left edge, it's like being on a roller coaster sometimes. And here's a gas station. Yeah, I think I'll, just to put my mind at ease, I'll pull in. So, pit stop over. I got some gas. Full tank now, so I don't have to think about it. Whew. Right around here, the traffic has gotten incredibly busy. Much more than I was expecting. I thought I was heading off into the wilderness, but apparently a lot of traffic from Padang uses this road to get out from Padang. Kicking up a lot of dirt and dust, getting in my eyes. Got a dinosaur truck pulling out ahead of me. He's just rearranging his parking. So in terms of avoiding heavy traffic, going this way might not have made much of a difference, at least now that I'm getting closer to Padang. The road is getting very crowded again. Oh boy, a lot of trucks. It's good to get pretty crazy. But even if the traffic is a bit out of control, I did get to see the lake anyway by going this route. One funny thing, when I was at the gas station, I had to take my bag off, so I undid all my straps and everything. I just put my bag on the ground, dumped all my straps there. This was away from the gas pumps, of course. And then I left my bag there. It was in plain view. It was safe. And then I went over to the gas pump, got my gas, came back to my bag, and I was strapping it back in place. And then this car, for no reason that I could see, sort of turned right beside my scooter. I mean, there was no reason to go where I was way off to the side, but this car cut really, really close to me. It was cutting this corner. Oh man. It's a very rough road with a lot of bumps. Keeps throwing my GoPro out of position. But anyway, this car drove right up to me, cut really close. Another inch, it would have slammed into me. I had to jump out of the way, and it nearly hit my scooter. But the woman on the passenger side, she had her window rolled down, and she leaned out the window and said to me in English, "Careful, careful, careful," you know, telling me to be careful riding my scooter on the road. Meanwhile, her husband nearly ran me over right there in the parking lot. It's quite strange. Well, the winding of the road has started, that's for sure. Curving and winding. A lot of rough areas. The funny thing is that the rough bits of the road, it doesn't bother me or the scooter. The reason I mention it all the time is that going over those bumps keeps knocking my GoPro out of position. My mounting apparatus isn't strong enough to handle big bumps like that. It won't hold my camera in place. Oh, monkeys. It's quite a troop of them. Well, as I've been suspecting, traffic is getting pretty crazy. A lot of trucks. Luckily, these trucks, for the most part, are going pretty slowly. And I've got pretty good acceleration on this scooter. So once I see an opening like this, it's not a big deal to pass them. I just wasn't expecting this much traffic to be on this road. I really thought it would be completely empty. Traffic is even coming to a complete stop here for some reason. Could be construction up there. Now I have to watch the trucks behind me to make sure that their brakes aren't burnt out. They're not going to slam into all of us from behind. As I commented in a video the other day, I really wonder what the traffic is going to be like in the future. If it's this bad now in Indonesia with this many trucks on the road, cars and trucks, there are only going to be more of them in the future, right? So I don't see it getting any better. It's probably going to get a lot worse before it starts to get better. Well, I think I'm going to see if I can scoot ahead on my scooter. Get to the head of this traffic jam. Though I do wonder if it goes all the way to Padang. Wow, this is crazy. I hope it's just an accident or construction and it doesn't stay like this for the next 30 kilometers. But at least on a scooter, you can zoom by on the left or the right. Look at all these trucks. It's crazy. Wow. What is going on? Well, I'm a bit stuck here. Can't make it between these two trucks. So someone has to pull ahead. for me to make any progress now. This is even turn your engine off gridlock. Yeah, I'm guessing there's some kind of a landslide and they're only letting traffic go one way at a time. So everybody is waiting. They're letting traffic go up, then they'll let us go down. That's my guess. We'll see whether I'm right or not. I've arrived. I don't know about riding in that kind of rain. I normally would just pull over and wait for the rain to stop. But I just wasn't in the mood to sit there and wait and wait and wait. I just wanted to cover ground. So I thought I would just keep going in the rain, and I kept thinking it would soon stop, but it just got harder and harder and harder. That was like torrential downpour, crazy. And all of my waterproofing, you know, for all my bags and everything, none of it worked. It never does. So now inside my little room here, I have to spread everything out and then dry everything. I'm soaked to the skin. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, but very, very wet. And I'm hoping my stuff didn't get damaged, but we'll see. Anyway, here's the neighborhood. I said, I don't know anything about this city. I just sort of struck me as like a big, busy, typical Indonesian city when I came in. Nothing particularly special about it. But I guess it's a jumping off point to the islands, you know, the surfing islands off the coast, and the beach is right over there or something. But this is where I'm staying for now, the Rumah Kita. A very simple little place. That's it there. 3 stories. And I just have a very small single room with a shared bathroom. So yeah, I was really surprised. Inside the seat compartment, I had a bunch of stuff inside there, inside what's supposed to be a waterproof bag. But something about this, the water went all the way inside somehow and soaked into the bag. So even the stuff inside the helmet compartment wasn't safe. Everything got absolutely drenched. And this is the lobby area for the hotel. Very spacious. A little bit dark. Yeah, they don't have any lights on, but it's very spacious. And I think that's really nice about places like this. The room will be very tiny, as you'll see in a minute, but somehow having all this empty space kind of makes up for it. Not really, but it kind of does. So, you know, you got a table and chairs out here. Has a little bit of a hostel feeling to it. You know, it's not really like a hotel, but has some hot and cold water there. And, oh, okay. So here's a shower and a toilet here. So this is shared. There's a whole bunch of single rooms down here, and then down here are also shared bath, like shower and toilet and a sink. Actually, I haven't gone upstairs, so I don't know if there's any rooftop or anything like that. Let's go take a look. Oh, yeah, just another, it's very similar to the second floor. Oh yeah, just a little balcony. So nothing special going on, but at least you can go outside if you want to. And I think that's as high as we go. Yeah. Not even sure how I even came up. Oh yeah, I came up these stairs. So, show you my little cubby hole, and that will be it. I'm going to unpack, make a cup of coffee. So I have room 5 over here. And the big reveal, my little cubby hole. Single room for a single, simple human being, which is me. So, not a lot of space, as you can see. Just a single bed, a little desk, a TV, some hooks and a mirror, and that's pretty much it. It's a little bit dark and gloomy in here. I did bring along my light bulb, but it's not going to be very easy to change the light bulb up there. I don't think I can reach it, but yeah, at least so far the air conditioner seems to be working and is very strong, and I'm going to need the air conditioning just to dry all my clothing and all my gear, everything that got wet. I'm going to have to lay it all out and get it to dry. And the really important thing is how good the Wi-Fi is, so I will find that out in a minute. How good the Wi-Fi is. Oh. Anyway, I'm here. Oh, what a drive that was. I wasn't expecting anything quite that crazy or quite that challenging. It was just supposed to be a very casual ride to get here. But yeah, nice though. The lake was really beautiful to ride along. The traffic jam up in the mountains was kind of interesting to be able to ride beside all those trucks and get ahead of the jam. That was nice. And then that rainstorm, man, that was something else. I haven't been caught in the rain like that for a very long time. All right, gonna unpack, that's it. And tomorrow morning, I guess I'm going to immigration. We'll see how that goes. I've prepared for it as best I can, and we'll just have to hand my documents over to the immigration officer and see what happens. So I'll check in with you later and tell you the rest of that story. Shutting down. See you in the next video.